series, Prison Break. You can also see him in there, right there, in the Sexiest Man Alive issue in People magazine. Please welcome Wentworth Miller. Nice to see you.
Oh, it's my
Thanks for coming.
To be here. Thank you.
And congratulations on Prison Break.
Thank you very much.
Now, Stinky, what is that? I've heard this nickname. What does Stinky come from?
That's a nickname from college.
All right.
I should point out, Stinky has nothing to do with hygiene. I had a kind of a sarcastic attitude, is quick with a snark, and been Stinky for the last 10 years or so.
Really? All right. Well, that explains that. Now, where are you from originally?
I was born in the UK, but I grew up in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, that's a big jump.
Yeah.
So a lot of people immigrate from London to Brooklyn.
No, actually, both of my parents are American, and they just happened to be living over there at the time.
Oh, I
so
see.
it was a complete accident.
Oh, okay. It was an accident. Well, that makes me feel good. Yeah. Yeah, son, you're just an accident. Your mother and I don't know what we're doing. So when did you start acting? Did you start in school? Did you start in...
I'd acted in every opportunity I could get, all the way up until college.
Okay.
And then suddenly it seemed like a really scary proposition. All my friends were going off to Wall Street and med school and law school, so I kind of gave up on the dream and moved out to Los Angeles to work in the industry, but behind the camera. I was going to have a career as a producer, developing shows for television, until I realized that, I still had that what-if question.
Yeah.
And if I didn't try to answer it, I'd always wonder.
Now, you went to Princeton, right?
Yeah.
Now, what was your major at Princeton?
That's right. I was an English major.
English major, okay. So I know your parents are both teachers, right?
Right.
So they must have been thrilled. Honey, parents, I'm leaving Princeton. Once I get out, I'm going to become an actor. That must have gone over huge.
Yeah, they were a little fearful at first.
Yeah. Fearful.
I think unless you're in the business, you don't really know what it is we do. All my parents knew was that I didn't have a steady job, and I didn't have a steady paycheck. I would get these emails from my father. I heard that the LAPD has a reservist program. And, just a few hours every weekend, you could learn how to, use a gun and drive a car.
Wow.
But now they're totally on board. They're as pleased as...
Well, now you're a criminal. You're a criminal on television. Now that become a police officer, you're a criminal.
I'm behind bars.
So did you audition a lot? I mean, did you come out here and boom, things clicked right away?
No, it was a long, slow crawl. I had something like 500 and some auditions. And
really?
if you look at my resume, you'll see maybe 10 or 12 credits. Right. So I've been told no an awful lot.
And how frustrating is that? I mean, at 488. No, I'm sorry. No. Did you tell your parents? Would you tell them? See, I would never tell my folks. I would say, I'm not going to call. I could never tell them I got rejected. Did they always say, well, how did the audition go, son?
You kept that from them. It's like when you failed that first math quiz as a kid, and you're like, well, I'll just make it up on my own. And then suddenly at the end of the term, and you failed, and your parents are like, why didn't you tell us at the beginning? We'd have got you a tutor. But it can be dispiriting, and it's a tremendously tough business, and you learn lots of lessons in patience and endurance and keeping the faith, believing in yourself when no one else will. I heard that you actually had a few bum auditions.
Oh, how horrible. Oh, they're horrible. Just devastating, terrible things. But that's all part of the job.
Sure.
I mean, like your mom sees you on Prison Break. Does she think you're a criminal now? I mean, do they understand this?
It is actually tough for her to watch the show.
Really?
I was in an episode of ER a few years ago where I had my chest cracked open. I was there on the operating table, and Anthony Edwards is digging around in my lungs. And she actually couldn't watch the show.
Really?
Because it was disturbing for her to see her son covered in blood. And I actually took that as a compliment, because I thought it meant that I'd sold the story.
Yeah. So how did you get Prison Break? Was this just another audition that happened to click? How did that come about?
You know what? I auditioned for Brett Ratner 2 years ago when he was going to direct Superman.
Okay.
And he liked my audition. He said, I don't see you as Superman, but I want you in my movie in some way, shape, or form. And then 2 days later, he was off the project, on to direct something else. And remembered me when it came time to cast Prison Break.
Okay.
2 years after that initial audition. And I came in at the very last minute. They'd seen hundreds of guys, the names, the pretty boys, guys who'd been on the covers of magazines and stuff, and I think they were scraping the bottom of the barrel, basically. And came in at the very last minute and booked the job 2 days later.
Now, your character is covered in tattoos. Show that picture. Now, the tattoo is, that's the, if you don't know the story, you've gone to jail to help get your brother, preposterous story, but you sell it well. It works. It works. You don't have to, but that tattoo is the inner workings of the prison, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually a blueprint for the prison where we're both being held, and I reference certain parts of the tattoo in various episodes to help us get out of our jam.
Okay. Now, how long does it take to put? Do you do that every day? Is it?
No, the full tattoo is maybe once an episode. It takes about 4 or 5 hours to apply with 2 people putting it on. It's a series of decals that fit together like pieces of a puzzle.
Okay. You ever go out in public in this?
I have had to wear it home on occasion, which is bad news because it's very sticky. They apply it with glue and sealant, so you'll stick to the sheets at night.
Oh.
And you get strange reactions from people. Grandma's given me extra room in the elevators, and teenagers, giving me those questioning looks, and guys who actually have the full sleeve tattoos for real coming up, and want to talk a little shop.
Now, you shoot that at a real prison.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, you seem like a well-educated guy who went to prison. You have a lot of prison experience. I mean, how does one identify? Did you spend time? Did you hang out with prisoners?
You know what? I do hang out with prisoners because we have 100 and some odd extras working on set every day. They're playing inmates and correctional officers on the show. And strangely enough, a lot of them were inmates at Joliet when it was a functioning prison. I had a gentleman come up to me the other day who was playing an inmate on the show, just in the background. He said, you know what, I was here at Joliet for 6 years, serving a sentence, and working on your show as an extra is the most positive thing that's happened to me since 1984. Which was a profound kind of moment. I mean, it's nice to know that you're entertaining people Monday nights at 9, but you're also having a positive impact.
Well, see, I like the fact that an axe murderer is a gentleman who came up to me. This is Lefty with the axe. He killed the man with a pickaxe. How do you do it?
Well, you want to treat people with respect.
No, that's very good. Well, that's good. Well, listen, congratulations on all your success. You're a nice guy, and congratulations. Terrific. Prison Break. Be right back with Eurythmics right after this. Wentworth Miller.